Tell him hi, Cooper. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matthew Noah. We're gonna do a quick one here while I let the dogs out. I'm gonna do another show recommendation for you guys. This one's called All Her Fault. I fall asleep pretty early, but then I wake up a couple hours later, and once I realize it's not happening again for the sleep, I go back in and start seeing what I can find. And I found this one. It's been pretty good so far. I'm 4 episodes into the 8. It stars Sarah Snook, who was in Succession. This is her first show since that series ended. It also has Michael Pena, which you guys would probably recognize. He plays the detective in this show. The show's about a 5-year-old getting kidnapped, and it shows you from the point of view of the family that's dealing with the ramifications and everything that goes on with losing a child, and wondering what's happened to them, and hoping to try to get them back. A couple themes that are interesting to me in this show. One of them is just they talked about like memory and what you remember as a child, and they were talking about like if the kid comes back, he's 5 years old, like what would he remember, what kind of trauma would be involved. And I try to think about like what do I remember at that age. Not much. I can remember 6 years old because that was the first year of t-ball, and I really loved baseball, so that was a big deal to me. So I can remember a lot about being 6 years old. But the year before that, being 5, I gotta be honest, I don't remember much. Another thing I found quite interesting, and this was a quote in the show. So the husband, the father of the kid that gets kidnapped, he takes care of his old younger brother who got hurt at one point, so he has to either use a automated chair, wheelchair, or he has to use some kind of crutch to walk, so he has trouble walking. So his brother lives with them, and he takes care of his bills and everything that he needs. And he also takes care of his younger sister, who believes she was at fault for knocking him over, which caused the accident. She has an issue with pills. He's paid for all her rehabs, he pays her bills. She doesn't live with him, but he pays for her rent and all her utilities and everything she needs. She doesn't have to work either. And someone was getting on him, it's like, yeah, you do take care of him, but you have to be, this guy has a big thing with being in control. They're like, you have to control every single step, and why are you so involved? And the guy makes a quote, he's like, how can you take care of something and not fall in love? Or how can you take care of someone and not fall in love? And I can relate to that. I don't have kids, but I remember, and this is with my animals, obviously I love them, but I can even remember we had chickens at one point, and it just reminds me of, it's real cold in the winter now. I can remember when it would get below 0 outside, and we had the coop, and we had everything, to keep them warm, as much as the best we could, but I couldn't sleep thinking about them being cold. So I would go outside, gather up the chickens, and we had a rooster too, and I would put them in the bathtub inside the house so they had somewhere to be warm overnight, because I would worry about it. I fell in love with my chickens. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll probably do another video later. Take care.